Hey guys, welcome back to Pillbox Movies. I'm Hank, and today we're going to be checking out the 1929 silent film, Pandora's Box. This is a film by director G.W. Pabst. Pabst is an OG of German cinema. He came up during the Weimar Republic and is responsible for the cultivation of such screen luminaries as Marlene Dietrich, Louise Brooks, and Leni Riefenstahl. Pandora's Box stars Louise Brooks and is adapted from two separate works of Frank Wedekind. I've been wanting to do some silent films on this channel for a while. I have blissfully ignored, I'd say, the German silent films, but yeah, I want to give them a spin. So yeah, let's watch Pandora's Box. And before we get started, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more old, obscure, and art house films. Kinda gets. There's Louise Brooks, her signature bob, hairstyle icon. Despite Pabst being a German director, Louise Brooks is from America. Yeah, she's originally from Cherryville, Kansas, and came up in the Ziegfeld Follies in New York. Yeah, you kind of see this persona that Brooks is inhabiting of this sexual dynamo, unrestrained, chaotic, a true flapper girl. Newspaper editor, okay. Ein Freund. So we already kind of make the connection of a dancer with a sex worker, having a sugar daddy, having many clients. We like to think that like previous generations are more conservative or more sheltered from the world of sexual exploration or deviancy than we currently are. It comes and goes in waves. I just read that Louise Brooks, in fact, courted rumors of her being a lesbian for a long time in her career, partly because of the kind of shock or intrigue that came with those rumors. Wow, that is certainly a statement. You can see the tradition from Wedekind to Pabst, straight down to Fassbinder and that kind of melodrama. Do not feed the dog alcohol. Those damn delinquent Weimar Germans. It's interesting. I think I read an interview with Fincher a while ago talking about different actresses having kind of different lens distances that like them. That particularly when he was shooting Panic Room. Panic Room was originally cast with Nicole Kidman, but she ended up getting pregnant, and so she was replaced with Jodie Foster. And he said that while Nicole Kidman kind of commands having close-ups, having the cameras directly on her, that Jodie Foster was more interesting to film in the middle distance, that there were certain kind of behaviors or tics that she executed in her performance that could only be captured with her full body.
Hello, here I am, a year and a half after recording this, to say that I got this story mixed up. It's actually Nicole Kidman that David Fincher said was captured really well in medium shots, expressing things through her body, and it was Jodie Foster that benefited from close-ups and her minimalist acting style, which sounds like a bit of a read on her not being as attractive to David Fincher as Nicole Kidman, but hey, what are you gonna do?
And I think there's something similar being that we see with Louise Brooks, that she's an actress who kind of exhibits sexuality in a bodily way, where her performance is captured throughout her body. Was that who she met before? Rodrigo Cost? Yeah. She has a kind of devil-may-care attitude, kind of playful idiot who's kind of ignorant to any sort of circumstances or consequences to her action. There's already whispers about her behind her back. Geschwitz is not a big fan of Lulu.
Come to my window.
Hüte dich vor dieser Frau. I really hate that getup. I really don't think that does anything for her. He's like ducking back and forth and trying to avoid her headpiece. Chaos of the theater. No director is immune to showing this. The chaos of backstage. They just want to let you know how hard their job is. Still, it's a lot of nice activity. Showing that Pabst isn't purely interested in, like, you know, showing highbrow dramas. I mean, especially picking, like, Lulu Vatican as source text. He's interested in spectacle. He's interested in melodrama. Oh, wow. Lulu, do not make a spectacle. Lulu, you're about to blow your shit up. Do not turn around. Do not walk towards them. Does she in that moment feel jilted? Oh no. Don't do this. Not during the show. The show must go on. Ich spiele nicht mehr! You can't control me. I'm Lulu! Ah. Girl, you're cute. Girl, please. Please, girl. Is he fucking her backstage? Is that what's meant to be implied here? I don't remember if this video is still up. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. But I did a video on Murnau, on The Hands of Orlok, and Murnau is also a German director from around the same era, and you really do get a sense in terms of the editing style. The two directors have a very different kind of approach to storytelling. You kind of expect them to all have a similar kind of point of attack or same conventions, but Murnau's style is so slow and insidious. And something I would say watching this and watching Pabst is that comparatively, he's very, very watchable as a director. The way he edits, especially, is very conducive to a watchable movie. I'm not necessarily saying that's better. It's a convention that will feels just as at home in this as it would in like an episode of Skins, but it is a convention that is like that is about fluidity, that's about making the experience frictionless, as lubricated as possible for an audience to watch. It's melodramatic, fast-paced, quick and engaging, and fun and light and melodramatic in a way that an audience would quickly latch onto and appreciate. I'm in the middle of reading 2 different 19th century novels right now. One from an English author and one from a Russian author, and I'm very surprised. They're similarly very, 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 very long novels, but the Russian novelist has such a different take on how to write and how to plot out his story, and it's very, very readable. The chapters are sometimes 1 or 2 pages long, and the chapters of the English novel can be 10 or 15 pages. And the Russian novelist just has such a sense of spectacle, such a sense of gossip and ugliness and such a sense of scandal that it makes it a much, much easier read. Ah, fucking Lulu. Ah, fucking Lulu. Ah, fucking Lulu. Caught right in the middle of you feeling sorry for her and you hating her completely. Top 10 anime betrayals. Top 10 anime villains. Oh, he's gonna ruin her life. God. End of Act 3. How many acts are in this? Is this a 10-act movie? Are we watching Worst Person in the World right now? Ha ha ha! You see what I mean? He's just always keeping you engaged with the screen. I refuse to watch a German movie without a lesbian subplot, I suppose. And there's this kind of humanistic element too. I don't know if it's reflective of Vatican or reflective of Pabst, but the filmmakers of all times, but especially of this early era of filmmaking, they tend to be kind of myopic. They explore one subject at a time, or they want the narrative can only fit one central protagonist at a time, and Pabst in his approach shows a facility for balancing multiple streams of plot lines, multiple characters, and it gives this kind of cascading feeling to the narrative that everything's just building and accumulating, and more characters are kind of winding in and out and collecting into an avalanche that's gonna threaten to overwhelm you. All these people you have to keep track of. Lulu, Shun, Alva, Geschwitz. More representation than you get in a Disney movie. Okay. And this is just like a little attention to detail that that Pabst is displaying. That's a bit of fun. That he shoots Dr. Shun and his son in a medium shot so that they're like closer to us, and the next shot that we see is of Lulu and Shigolj in a wide shot, almost as if even though we're moving on to a different scene, we're moving into it from the perspective of Dr. Shun. It's maintaining an idea of continuity in the audience's mind, going kind of back and forth based on perceived points of view or perspective of characters. He thinks his darling Lulu is participating in a threesome. Whoa. You really shouldn't have let him reach all the way for that gun. This is like the chaotic world of like Weimar Germany, where there's like no establishments, no institutions. People don't care one way or the other for reputation, for their position in society. If you're already fallen, you're going to fall all the way down. If you're forced to marry the call girl, you might as well commit murder. The insane 20s. But like orgiastically chaotic, and a part of your brain thinks it's, you know, that Lulu is patient zero, that she's infecting the brains of those around her. This is, you know, bad psychology, but it's movie psychology, that she's seducing everyone into the whirlwind of her life. Everybody turns mad being around her. Alva, you've known each other for like 2 days. I love that she's taken this maternal role, that she's trying to be as comforting as possible, and that's viewed with even more danger and suspicion by the mountingly paranoid Dr. Shen. It's beautiful. It feels so out of control. It feels so out of her hands. Half the time you think she's responsible, and the other half it feels like it's cascaded far beyond anybody's control. This is like a Florida movie. This is a Florida movie set in Germany. I'm trying to think of the Skins theme right now. Bum 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 bum. It in my life, don't want any part of it. The very, very bad part of my psychology looked at that shot of her in the darkness, looking at her husband dying, and thought, she is so beautiful when she has that look of fear in her eyes. Melodramatic as fuck. Look at this shit. Oh my fucking god. One night. They were married for one night. Her morning dress.
Oh, stunning.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. I had no idea it was her fucking morning garb. That's hilarious. Oh, Jesus Christ. Louise, please. Her dress is stunning. Look at that shit. Oh. Oh. What fabric is that? Is that velvet? People just used to have different fashion. They used to be adventurous with their shit. Who the fuck is going out to court wearing velvet mourning garb? Pabst is peak chaotic filmmaker. He is the Ryan Murphy of his day. God, she looks so good. Alva? You still there, bud? Peak chaos. Peak chaos. Ho, ho, ho. You absolutely cannot marry the son after this. You mad lady. Do not skip the country and marry Alva. Literally head empty. The constant juggle. The very playful, infuriating juggle of you, like, wanting to sympathize with Lulu, and Lulu very much turning you against her. I actually wonder what kind of response this movie would garner if the Lulu character were male. Like, what kind of difference is made simply by it being gendered, the role being gendered female? In a way, her portrayal is like so kind of innocent and effervescent. In a way, it kind of toes the line for me of like a Charlie Chaplin kind of role, like a innocent tramp kind of role. And there are other times where she's like absolutely certain of what she's doing. This is some psycho shit. This is some psycho shit. Were audiences outraged for this? How could they ignore this? Lulu literally has no allegiances whatsoever. I mean, I guess she does, but in the opposite way. She's very friendly and familiar with everybody that she meets. Alva, you fool. Alva, you absolute fucking rube. That's a nice shot. Look at that shit. Back in the 1920s. Already thinking of how to deconstruct a set to make a more evocative shot. Nothing will stop our lesbian love. Everybody's life has fallen into chaos around her. Not necessarily saying it's her fault, but I guess that's the argument for Pandora. Regardless of whether or not it's Pandora's intent, the world is thrown into chaos as a result of her existence. This movie's got everything. It's got call girls. It's got weddings. Literal shotgun weddings. It's got gambling. It's got courtroom riots. It's got strongmen. It's got dogs drinking alcohol. Oh, Countess Geschwitz, you shouldn't have. And so the curse is passed along to another person. The red violin once again changes hands. No, I need that for my freedom. I'm about to be sold into white slavery. What is the difference between white slavery and slavery? Why do they call it white slavery? She's not happy about that. She's like, I'm not gonna live in the fucking closet. You're not gonna put me back in the fucking closet. Grabs and lesbian. Well, Egypt sounds fun. Oh my god. Absolute bedlam. Oh my god. Lot of accidental murders around Lulu's life. Ba-dum-bum, bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Pabst going out to prove once again the fact that London is the worst place in the world. Intense amount of emotion captured in one shot. Barely not seeing his eyes. Oh, that's great. I didn't realize this was Jack the Ripper narrative. When were the Whitechapel murders? They were close to the end of the 19th century, right? 1888. Okay, I guess that would be almost nearly contemporaneous to when the Lulu duology or Erdgeist and Disha de Pandora were written. I had no idea that Lulu was a Jack the Ripper narrative. Truly, London is the worst. You see what I mean about Louise Brooks, like, kind playing Lulu like a little bit like a comedy heroine? It's a very, very, very distinct tone that she sets in this movie alongside Pabst's direction. And almost like in the extreme circumstances that she finds herself in, like it goes beyond the scope of tragedy, especially with the kind of consistency or repetition in which she falls into these extreme circumstances. It feels farcical. It's just towing the edge. I suppose that's that's a quality of melodramas as well, but there are times where I feel like she's giving a very kind of comedic performance. Like, the actor for Alva is stuck in the tragedian performance, and I do not get the same sense from Brooks. It's just a bunch of nipples I've collected from the people I've murdered. And that really kind of friendly attitude that Lulu has. Like, obviously it's read in a sexual way, it's read in a kind of promiscuous way, but it reminds me of a character in the Russian novelist who's very, very friendly with everybody, and it's kind of a dislikable trait that he possesses. He's kind of shallow in that regard, but the more he kind of is friendly with everybody, judges no one, and takes people's feelings into consideration first, you're like, yeah, Oblonsky kind of rules. What an odd final portrait. Lulu hanging out with Jack the Ripper in a sentimental moment. What an odd conjuration. Lulu, you were about to kiss Jack the Ripper. Lulu. So problematic. She didn't take money. She may be a sex worker, but you can't be positive she's a sex worker. I understand that you just want to see what her left breast looks like without the breast attached. And once again, Lulu's can-do attitude preserves herself. All she did was get a good dicking from Jack the Ripper. Hilarious ending. There's absolutely no way she's dead. She's totally fine. If I've learned anything from this movie, it's that Alva is an idiot. Surprise, motherfucker! It's me, Lulu! Oh, that's sad. She ended up getting killed by Jack the Ripper. What an ending! What a very, 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 very strange ending. Very, 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 like, I'm sure, like, Wedekind wouldn't anticipate the kind of, infamy or notoriety that Jack the Ripper would accumulate even further into history, but it is very weird to end a movie, end a play with your central character being killed by Jack the Ripper. Oh, wow. In the original, Geschwitz goes with them, and Jack the Ripper kills both Lulu and Geschwitz dies professing her love for Lulu. Wow. 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 That's a lot. That's a lot. And something that I didn't touch upon before, the portrait of her is a Pierrot. I don't really conceptualize Pierrot as a female role, but this is the second movie featured on this channel that features a female Pierrot. This and the boyfriend. So that's an interesting look. And two short-haired queens, Louise Brooks and Twiggy, both portraying a Pierrot. Yeah, I was going into this expecting like a work of art, like something in the vein of French or the German expressionism, and something very ponderous and dark and cruel and weird. And I got a melodrama, something that's really shocking, lurid, provocative, controversial, especially for its time. I cannot believe this fucking movie ended with Lulu getting killed by Jack the Ripper. That is hilarious. Perhaps second choice was Marlene Dietrich. That's hilarious. Yeah, and specifically reading about this, a quality that Pabst was looking for in Brooks was a certain kind of innocence that offset or that qualified her sexuality, that she wasn't premeditative in the way that she seduced men or captured men's attention. And so yeah, that was certainly a deliberate choice that they made for this film. Just like wonderfully modern performance by Louise Brooks. I'm sure it was modern for its time, and it's revitalized and feels anew, modern for this time as well. And really, really fun direction from Pabst. I feel like I just watched like a Ryan Murphy show, complete with like weird fucking historical revisionism and crazy last act. Um, the film underwent significant censorship in various countries, edited in France, making Alva's secretary and the countess become Lulu's childhood friends, and limiting the lesbian subplot. France would probably like that a little bit more later on. In the French cut, there is no Jack the Ripper, and the film ends with Lulu joining the Salvation Army. How did they make that cut work? How? Okay. The American censored version was 66 minutes long. This movie is 130 minutes. That's crazy. What was left in the movie? Okay, it was largely dismissed. I get that. I get that the attitude towards it during the time would be that it's something in the vein of like licentiousness, that it's needlessly provocative, and that it's also like low art, low melodrama. And I'm glad it got reevaluated. It's a hilarious movie. It's a frenetic movie. It's chaos incarnate. What a great silent film. It barely feels like a silent film. It feels... Hugh Hefner funded the restoration of this film. This film is a champion. This film's a knockout. Wow. I love the Jack the Ripper ending. How astounding. How, like, in any other context, what a bad idea. But it works for this really weird, just Charlie Chaplin-ish sexual ingenue character. It's just so absurd. It fits so well into the absurdity of this movie. Yeah, that was Pandora's Box. What a lovely, lovely, surprising, inventive, crazy film. Not inventive in terms of a lot of the filmic techniques that I thought I would employ. It actually, I think, the techniques that it employs are really conventional, but conventional in a good way in terms of like creating the grammar of a conventional film. It's a very, very watchable film, very digestible, and just an all-out freaky deaky performance by Louise Brooks, oozing with sexuality and yet totally playing a Pierrot, a white clown. She's doing a chaplain in this movie. It's great. What a winsome combination. So weird. So lovely. Absolutely lovely. No notes, really. I can't wait to check out another silent film on this channel. I know it's not the best for metrics, but it's a wonderful avenue to explore artistically, but also just like just getting into other times, other generations' dirt, seeing the shit that they thought up, seeing the shit that they put on screen, shit that they thought was sexy or frightening or whatever. Yeah, that was Pandora's Box. Awesome. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think of Pandora's Box. Tell me if you have suggestions for other silent films, and not like serious silent films, but the fun silent film. Or some serious, if they're like the most serious silent films in the world. I guess I could watch Faust on this channel. In the meanwhile, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more old, obscure, and art house films. And until next time, keep watching silent movies. This is not easy to get, but I'm sure Pandora's Box is available somewhere. If it's available on YouTube, I'll probably let you know in the comments.